From the studios inside the Lawrenceville School's historic Pop Hall, I'm Rory Murphy, and this is L10 News. Welcome to our first full episode of the 2022-2023 school year. As the year ramps up, we'll be your bi-weekly glance into life at Lawrenceville, spotlighting our campus's stories worth sharing. This week, we followed Mr. Daniell through the basement of Mem Hall and explored the artwork none of us knew was stashed beneath the building we visit each day.
I was going to say that one of the things that makes this interesting is it's kind of a hard to get to sacred space. So the fact that this is a place you're not supposed to be, in the same way that inscribing your initials or name onto a Harkness table is not supposed to be, it sort of heightens the significance. It's more important than writing it on a piece of paper that's going to be thrown out. We are not the first people to go into a place that is not supposed to be entered. I always start my art classes with saying that people make art about what's important to them. So if you had a spray can in 30 seconds, what you make your art about is probably going to be something important. And I think this is a telling way to enter this sanctum. It says the power of words is far greater than the power of war. So it's speaking to the importance of text. So I think of this whole dungeon here as like one big artifact. And it's not an artifact that goes back thousands of years, but it goes back more than half a century, probably 75 years, of what was on people's minds. It's interesting to me, I've been at Lawrenceville for 35, 36 years. I know a lot of these students. I know Caleb Oberst, my class is 99. I don't know SpongeBob, but I would like to. So we don't tend to think in our daily lives that we are deep philosophers, but when you really start to think about some of the things that are almost extemporaneously sprayed onto the wall, they kind of have some meaning. I think of this place as being your subconscious, that up in the world above us when you're sitting in your English classroom, you're editing everything you say, and you're thinking how the teacher's going to perceive it, you're thinking how the peers are going to perceive it. But when you come down here, illicitly, you sort of say what's really on your mind, the things you wouldn't say in polite company. And so there's some profanity and there's some anger and things that we try to keep in check. So it's a very interesting snapshot of the student psyche over the years. I don't recommend this because it is a major school rule violation. There's a phrase that I use every term in art class, you remember, which is vita brevis ars longa. Life is short, but art endures. Whatever we've made remains, and some of the people I suspect who made these marks are no longer living, but we're still looking at and thinking about what they've left behind.
Next, L10 reporters Jane Atkinson and Coco Hunt followed math teacher Anton Fleissner around the Kirby Math and Science building to help this community get to know that new faculty member just a little bit better.
But this is the best illustration of the transitive property because you want the door to open, and it opens. It's really cool, right? It makes no sense. This is amazing.
Yes, so I'm Mr. Fleissner. I'm in the math department. I'm teaching BC Calc and some of the programming electives, and I'm a fencing coach and the assistant in Woodhull.
Awesome. Can you tell us your original Smeating fun fact again?
So it was about anableps, which just means like the uplooker fish, and basically they're called the four-eyed fish because to look for like predators and prey at the same time. They're at the surface of the water, so each eye has two pupils, one for looking above and one for looking below, and the lens changes refraction so that it can see above and below water at the same time, which is actually pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, that's super cool. What is your favorite item in your classroom and why?
The question I will answer is what item is not currently in my classroom because I haven't brought it over yet. But I've got a couple of foam cubes. One of them is like purple and in 3 parts, and I think it really illustrates well the whole pyramid volume thing, because it's that part of the geometry book where it like says, so we know we told you to prove stuff, but actually we're just going to give you formulas, and this is actually a really nice sort of hands-on justification of that formula.
If you could be famous for one thing, what would it be?
I'm not sure that I can handle the fame, because I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
egg, eat eggs for breakfast, but not chicken.
Okay, lastly, what are you most excited about this year and beyond at Lawrenceville?
I'm really excited to be back. I'm coming back after 10 years, and it's really wonderful to be welcomed back and see how the place has changed in so many ways for the better, and growing back into that, sort of coming back to my professional roots is really sort of a dream that I put on a shelf for like 8 years, and it's great to see it sort of finally come to pass.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I also think the egg came before the chicken, but maybe that's just me. Speaking of unusual opinions, Camille Trench and Ford Collins recently took to the bathhouse with some pretty hot takes of their own. Let's see how some bold Laurentians tried to change their minds.
It's a cool day here on the Lawrenceville campus, but nothing's going to cool down these hot takes.
Join us as we interview a wide variety of students on campus about some of the most controversial topics.
We're talking houses, Saturday classes.
We're talking dog night.
It's going to get hot.
Tiernan and Lucas, welcome to Lville Hot Takes.
So the hot take today that we're going to be discussing is that Cleve House is the best house on campus.
Cleve prides themselves on their dog night. Very mediocre, adequate hot dogs. Come to Kennedy, get a great grilled cheese.
Why would you need dog night when you have grilled cheese?
So what do you think, just, outside looking in, what do you think about Cleve?
Cleve, it used to be, one of the top houses. It's really fallen from grace recently. That's my opinion, but, if you live in Cleve and you like it, that's your opinion, so that's all right.
But what is the best house on this campus?
I'll have to say, even though I'm not eligible, I'll say Kirby because my sister was in it and she liked it.
Kirby, very interesting choice.
I don't think Cleve's the best house because I think Woodhull has a better name to it. The flag represents, we rise from the ashes. What does the Cleve flag represent?
Dog night.
Yeah, as a 3-year vet in Kennedy, I don't think that's true.
Griswold has steak night. I'd rather have a steak than a greasy hot dog.
Just a super greasy night, in my opinion. Just really greasy. Just super greasy, like really greasy.
Very, very greasy.
A lot of people have been really sending shots towards dog night. They're saying that it's just, greasy. It's not great. What do you have to say to this?
Dog night is a house bonding activity, which is why Cleve has the most pride. Cleve is the best house so far, and I'm sorry that every other house is salty they don't have a dog night to bond with their friends.
All right, we're back here with Ray talking about Saturday classes. Ray, what are your thoughts as a new soph?
Let's see. There's nothing more I want to do on a Saturday morning is to wake up early and go to class and learn some things. Because as they say, learning never stops. At my old school, we just didn't have Saturday classes and felt like there was a hole in my soul, really. And as soon as I came here, my first Saturday class, I woke up.
Please tell us your thoughts on Saturday classes.
I absolutely, strongly dislike them.
See my friends having fun. What am I doing? Studying for a test that I have on a Saturday.
What is the best part about Saturday classes?
The end. Saturday classes, abolish. One word, with a period at the end. Abolish.
One word. Why? We're here with Louis Senek talking about the crescent versus the circle. Louis, what are your thoughts?
Personally, as a member of the circle, I would say the crescent's probably better. I just feel like the houses, they're just like a little bit nicer on the inside. It's cooler.
For you, it's really about the aesthetic.
Yeah, isn't everything?
And we're here with two of the most passionate gentlemen on the Lawrenceville campus, Eric Vivanetto and Leah Matthews, talking about the crescent versus the circle. Please, gentlemen, share your thoughts.
It's two special places, man. You can't get anything better. Stuff happens there, stuff happens here. Don't get much better than the crescent and the circle.
We just like everyone and everything. There's no emotions here. It's all love. It's all peace. It's all happiness. I love you, Lawrenceville.
Guys, over there!
Thanks to Camille and Ford. Finally, our Big Red sports teams fought tooth and nail against Choate last weekend, and Hayla Dora and Maggie Blunden captured the action of the day.
Hi, I'm Ani Kozak. I'm this year's Student Council Athletic Rep. I'm really excited for Choate Day. It's always good competition. We always get a ton of teams to come and show out, and it's a great day to have people just bounce from game to game to game. There's always something to see, always a team to support.
We have varsity football, varsity field hockey, girls varsity soccer, cross countries, volleyball. Being an alum of Choate and having worked there for 8 years, certainly good to see some familiar faces, but then also see how they're doing and how their athletics has grown and their programs are doing. Keep it going and take down those wild boars. Let's go Big Red.
I'm super pumped, winning our home opener, big deal. Season's only going up from here.
This was like one of those weeks where, as a coaching staff, we really found that our guys I think our guys just generally enjoy playing football together, practicing together.
Everybody was excited to come out here, and we have a, hard course, but it's not super hilly, so it's a good day to run a good race. I don't have the score offhand, but we had the first 4 spots in the race, so that's a great finish.
So Choate, obviously one of our historic rivalries, really excited, hoping our teams do really well, but this is just the precursor. This is just the warm-up to Hill Day. So we got to get hyped, we got to get ready, and we're looking forward to a great day.
Let's go Big Red! Woo!
That's it for this week's episode. As always, if you have a story to tell, let us know, or stop by our office in the basement of Pop Hall. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode. From all of us here at L10, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.